Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, I'm trying to level this phone to save my life. Okay. I hope that stays. And my camera is dirty. Roy, don't what? We'll remove from the table. Yeah, much better. Hey guys, I know I'm like late, about what 5 minutes late, but it's okay. It's Mother's Day. I can be late today. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Um, happy Mother's Day. Every Mother's Day I sit down and I wonder, what type of impact I put on my children and um, are there things that I can do better? Are there things that I need to sort of do less of? So every Mother's Day I sort of do like a self-evaluation. A lot of times I could be definitely harder on myself than most. But one thing that I realized is that I do have a big impact on my children and I just need to be patient with some things. I just really need to be patient and allow them to grow and make their own mistakes and things like that. It's a lot. So happy Mother's Day to you guys. I had a different lesson plan um before this broadcast. Like I did, like the whole week I had a plan of what I was going to train you guys on. So I actually changed it just this morning. I literally had an agenda, wiped it out, and create a brand new agenda for you guys because I was encouraged to talk about a topic that, for one, is sort of linked to motherhood, um, and two, I thought would be definitely useful and would be sort of like a blessing to your business. So we're going to talk about, just like the title says, on dominating your business. Dominating your business. Dominating your business. Okay? So I went into the dictionary and I looked up the word dominate. And basically what it means is that to have um, commanding influence, to have a commanding influence and to exercise control. So those words, like that, the whole meaning was just like the whole catapult of today's lesson, and that is to go back and say commanding and exercise. Those are two words that I took out of that, the meaning of what dominating means. And that just totally just like, I was like, oh my God, commanding and dominating, commanding exercise, commanding exercise, commanding exercise. I just kept repeating those words in my head, because as mothers, you know, we have some type of commanding of authority over our kids to teach them, to protect them, to influence them, and also we exercise our control, through positive examples, discipline, and also showing our love to our kids. So, as a mom, I exercise that on a daily basis. I exercise through commanding, and I also, exercise dominating through exercising my authority, my love, my influence, things like that. You know, so even going back, once I sort of meditated on that word, I sort of went back to talking about how can I be a dominating influence over my business? How can my team be a dominating influence over their business? So going into the word commanding, you guys, should focus this week on commanding your time when it comes to your business. You should be setting aside time every single day that is dedicated to working your business. You should set aside time every single day that is dedicated to working your business. You cannot work your business every day, 2 minutes here, 1 minute there, and then before you go to bed, you're looking at YouTube on some training video, or you may be answering some messages that you gotten earlier in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, set it. If you really want to have this be a business, you want to set aside time every day to work your business. Okay? That's very, very important because you got to look at it as a job also. I mean, you guys get up every day and we go to work every day and we spend those 8 hours a day, working and doing what we're supposed to do at our jobs, but then we don't really set aside that time for our business, for those of us who's really looking at this as an actual business. And if you join Sensei and you're not looking at this as a business, it's supposed to be something that's hobby and things like that, in my opinion, you're sort of wasting your time. If you really want to take this as a business for what it is, no matter what circumstances that you're going through, because we all go through circumstances. We all go through death, circumstances, things like that, and we still go to work the next day or the day after or whatever. We still move on, you know? So don't allow whatever circumstances that you're going to take your time away from your business. Because again, like I've always said, when you do that, you're stealing from your family. You're stealing from the income potential that you will gain if you work your business. And you know, it's just important to do that. So no matter what you're going through, it has to be business as usual. You have to continuously carry your business, okay? If there's something major that's going on in your life and you're like, you know what, I'm going to not, you know, work my business this month, then, you know, then that's something that you're always going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that means that, you know, because we're all going to come into times in our lives where there's going to be some type of setback or some type of personal thing that goes on. And we can't constantly always say, okay, you know what, I'm going to just stop my business because this is going on. No, because you still continue to go to work every day. You know, you still continue to do what you have to do. So set aside that time to work your business and let that be consistent. So no matter what happens, unless it's something crazy major, you know, but no matter what happens, you still work business. Like there came time where, oh, my Wi-Fi got cut off for whatever reason, you know, and that didn't stop me. I still went to work the next day, my regular job, and I worked my business at work. I set aside an hour at my daytime job. I still got my work done at my daytime job, but I set aside time to print things out, to work my business, to get in contact with people, things like that. I realized that in the past, I used to give 110% to my full-time job. And now I realize that 70% is just enough. 70% of myself is enough for my full-time job. Everything else needs to be focused on my business. So that's what I realized, because you're not getting anywhere. Well, talk about myself. Let's talk about myself first. But I'm not getting anywhere working 150%. Working at full throttle with my job. I'm still in the same position. I'm still making the same pay. Yeah, I may gotten the $20 extra, but you know, that gets eaten up by tax. But anyway, I'm still at the same level. I'm not moving. You get what I'm saying? If you work your Scentsy business as hard and as strong and as dominating as you work your full-time job, I promise you, starting today, if you start doing that today, I promise you, a year from now, you're going to be close to director, or if not director. You know what I'm saying? You're going to move forward, steps forward, working your business, because what you put into it is what you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you guys about that wave effect, and that's how your business is. There's no wave effect at your full-time job. Okay, because if you put in 1,000% at your full-time job, I promise you, you're going to be in the same, like today, starting today to next year, the same day, you're going to be at the same position, the same pay, the same everything as you are now. You're not going to move forward. You're not. And if you do move forward, it's not even going to be where you deserve to be. You understand? It's going to be where that, okay, it's just you're settling for that. But it's not going to be at your full potential. You're not going to get back the amount of work and the amount of stress and the amount of everything that you put into your full-time job. You know, so don't let that whole system fool you. So again, set aside time for your business on a consistent basis. And it can be when you get home from work. You know what I mean? Okay, 8 to 9, you're just focused on your business, and let everybody know, listen guys, from 8 p.m. to 9 a.m., from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., I'm focusing on my business. That's it. I'm going in my room, and even if you're just having like quiet time to where you're sort of like jotting down ideas and jotting down goals and things like that, and planning out your business plan and marketing plan or whatever, even if you're doing that, that's still something that you're setting aside time for your business. Okay? So it's very important that you're not part-time in it with your business, or you're stepping in your business and stepping out like 2 minutes here, or 3 minutes there, or 5 minutes there. No. If you really want to do this full time, having command over your time is important. Having command over your time is you demonstrating dominance over your business. Okay. Now, second thing, as I just spoke about before, is authority. You have to command authority over your business. There are going to be people in your family, your friends that's not going to get what you're doing, and that's fine. That's fine. Because people are not going to get it at times. They're not going to be like, "Oh, why are you a Cincy consultant? Why you, or if you're watching this and you're part of another direct sell company, why are you doing this?" That's none of their business, really. And I'm not trying to sound rude, but at the end of the day, if you already established your why and if you already established your passion, why do you care about what anybody else thinks? Okay? Because if the person who created McDonald's or the person who created Geico or people who create all these billion-dollar businesses have focused on the negative feedback they were getting, they wouldn't be as prominent as they are right now. So at the end of the day, you continue to move forward and have authority over your business and not care about all the outside stuff that's going on. Focus on the people who are encouraging you. Focus on the people who are building you up. Don't focus on anybody else who has comments to say or say, you can't be successful with this, or you are investing too much time and you're not getting anything back. Don't care. They're not walking in your shoes. They don't have your passion. And again, this business is not for everyone. These businesses is for people who are go-getters and who want to actually work for themselves and who want to establish a financial freedom for themselves, who don't want to get up every single day and clock in and clock out, and want to spend more time with their families, who want to go on trips and do whatever your why reason is. Not everybody's going to get it, your why, so don't care about what anybody else say. Focus on the people who are for you, and that's it. Focus on the people who are for you, and that's it. Okay? Command knowledge. One thing I don't do is I don't depend primarily on my sponsor for support, training, and knowledge. I have a whole village of people that I go to for support, training, and knowledge. I have a business coach that I go to, and she's not geared towards my business. She does multiple business coaching, so I go to her for encouragement, for knowledge. I also do I go into my training center if I need to more, because I want to recruit and build my team. And if I want more knowledge and training on that, I go into the Cincy Workstation and I look at different training videos from what other directors are doing. I look at people who I want, where I want to be at. Like if I want to be a superstar director, I'm going to follow someone who is a superstar director. I'm going to gain notes for someone who is at that level. So I always seek trainings. I always seek knowledge because I feel like I am a student of the world and I never feel like I know every single thing. I could be a Cincy consultant for 6-7 years and I would still gain knowledge because things are always evolving. Things are always changing. Cincy was not where it is right now 5 years ago. Things have changed even social media, to where now, Cincy is just not a home-based party business. Consultants are making money doing basket parties. Consultants are making money doing Facebook parties. So we are forever evolving. So definitely command your knowledge, command gaining knowledge, go out there and seek knowledge. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to seek it from somebody who is necessarily in Cincy. I look at women who are in, what's that purse company called? I forgot the name. I know there's a direct sell purse company out there, and I always follow her channel because I gain a lot of knowledge and business tips from her. So again, you got to command knowledge. You have to seek knowledge, and you got to sort of establish a village to where you have 5 or 6 people that you follow, whether they're in Cincy or not, to where you set aside time. If they're posting a video, you're watching it. Or if there's something in the training center that grabs you, you're watching it. Every Tuesday I set aside time to do trainings for myself, for my own business. That's what I do. That's why I moved my team trainings at what I'm doing now to today. So that way on Tuesday, I could sort of work on setting aside time to find training for myself that would be beneficial for my business and then be beneficial for you guys. So I'm always seeking trainings. I'm always finding new ways to take my business a step forward. Okay. Always. Also command planning. you know, guys, I'm always stressing about planners and finding an organization system. I definitely post some things for the past 2 days or so. I really think you guys should invest in a planning system, an organization system. You know, even taking time to set aside a section in your home to where you have like a desk or something to where that this is your Cincy station or something. You know, planning is important. If you're not planning for success, you're planning for failure. So once a week, you know, even today's an awesome opportunity for you to sit down and write down what you want to do this week that's going to work your business. Okay, whether it be passing out samples, whether it be setting aside, let's say Wednesday be your booking blitz day where you sit down and you reach out to everyone that's in your contacts on your phone or on your Facebook page and ask them, do they want to book a party with you, whether it be a home party, a basket party, or a Facebook party, you know. But definitely set aside time to plan your business, because if you're not planning for success, you're definitely planning for failure. So it's very important that you guys think about planning, following up with your customers, spending a day. Monday is my customer day. It's the beginning of the week, you know, and every Friday, someone that you know is getting paid that day. Friday is an awesome day to also follow up with them, because you know, 9 times out of 10, that person is getting their paycheck that day, you know? So definitely you should be right in front of that person for sure, you know, asking them if they want to reorder, after asking them if they would like to order from your website, things like that. But plan it out. Plan. Planning is so important. Again, if you're not planning for success, you are planning for failure. So command planning. Another thing is meditate time. Find time to meditate over your business. And what I mean by that is it's good to have moments of quiet time for your business where you just thinking, and it falls into planning as well, where you just thinking about steps to get yourself to your goal, you know, to whatever level you want to go to at this business. It's good to just set aside time to just have quiet time to think, you know, to sort of put all your eggs in line, because then that takes time away from you, like just jumping into the pool and just, you know, swimming, and you're not really going anywhere. You know, meditating and planning is definitely important. Okay, so now we just talked about planning, so let's go over what the tips on with planning. So commanding, sorry. Having dominion over your business. Do commanding. That's commanding your time, commanding your authority, your knowledge, commanding planning, and meditating. That is so important. So now we're going to get into the exercise, having dominion over, you know, exercising control over your business. And the first thing is goal setting. I always tell you guys, use that acronym called POP, put your paper on paper. You should definitely by now have some type of number, some type of goal you want for this month for your business. You should definitely have that. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing. You're crazy. I don't know. If you didn't do it, jot down a number right now. Write it down. Don't put it in your phone. Put it on paper. What is your goal for this month? What is it? Comment below. What's your goal? Okay? Goal setting is you exercising your business. That's what it is. Goal setting is you exercising your business. Another thing is staying consistent. That word gets thrown around all the time, but it is absolutely true. You have to stay consistent with your business. Do all aspects of your business. Following up with your customers, booking parties, recruiting. You have to stay consistent. Passing out samples. You have to stay consistent. There should never be a time where you should be like, well, last week nobody got back to me, so you know what? This week I'm not doing anything. That cannot happen. Again, your business is in a wave. You is a wave effect. Okay? You have to stay consistent. Okay? And later on, I'm going to talk about this saying called duck, duck, goose. Okay? You got to come back later on to get that amazing message. But staying consistent in your business is super duper important. I don't care how long you've been a consultant at any direct sell company. You still have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent. So important. Um, you need to work your business consistently. That's important. Following up is another way for exercising your business. Following up is a fortune in a follow up. When you're not following up with your customers or potential hosts or potential recruits, you're leaving money on the table. Okay? You are leaving money on the table every day that you are not following up. Every day you should be following up. It should be no excuse for not following up. None. Because your customers and your hosts and your recruits are not going to be banging down your door. You have to constantly be a figure in front of them all the time. And again, there is no excuse why you can't follow up. Okay. And again, that's something I work on a daily basis. I'm still continuously coming up with a system, but even though I don't have a system dead set in place right now, I still follow up. You have to follow up with your customers, your hosts, your recruits. You have to follow up. I can't stress that enough, because you are leaving money on the table. You are leaving opportunity on the table. You are stealing from your family when you're not following up. So following up is important. Booking, exercising your business is another way is doing bookings. You can do booking blitz. That's important. Booking blitz is like, I sit down, I go down my contacts in my phone, I go down my contacts on my Facebook page, and I literally spend like a half hour on Thursday, and I just start contacting people. And I said, would you like to book a Facebook party? Would you like to book a pouch party? Ask. Give your customers options. They can do home, basket, and Facebook parties. But you can't tell me if you say, I didn't get any bookings yet for June. Well, are you asking people? Because that's the first step. You have to ask. Nobody's going to just come to you and email you one day or go to your website and contact you there and say, I want to book a party with you. No, you have to ask. And you have to be consistent with your asking. So pick a day, like every Thursday or every Wednesday, and say, I'm going to do my booking blitz from 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Okay. And when you set those times, when that half hour is up, you stop. Okay. And then follow up with those people. But you should have a system constantly where you're constantly having time, set aside time, commanding time to do booking blitz. It's important. It's definitely important. If you're looking into recruiting, you know what I mean? Are you asking people if they want to join Scentsy? I always say this story. Hold on one second. I always say this story. I use this example because it's absolutely true. Before I became a consultant, I was purchasing from a consultant for 3 months. I was not just purchasing from her. I was also doing pouch parties for her. Okay? And she didn't ask me to do the pouch party. I just went on her website and said, I would like to do a pouch party because I wanted my Scentsy product for free or half price. That was my number one goal. Again, that's one tip that you can definitely give to your customers, your hostesses, that make it about them, not about you. So my whole goal of doing that was to get free and half price products because I was a Scentsy addict. So my pouch parties, and I kid you not, but at that time, a qualifying pouch party was $150. Now it's $200, but it was $150. So I was ranging from $200 to $300 a month for her in her pouch parties. Did literally like the end of the month, I would say, "Here you go, Sandra. Here's all of my orders," and she would put them in, and I would get the free products and the half price products. So I got around to towards the end of May of last year. Okay, and before then I was like sponsored shopping. I was like going on different YouTube videos and channels of other sponsors and looking at, see who was a good fit for me. And I ended up signing up on someone else. So she ended up asking me, because she came to my site, and she noticed that I had a little tester basket set aside in my office. And she's like, you joined Scentsy? I said, yes. She's like, I didn't know. I didn't know you wanted to join. I was like, well, you never asked me. So she lost out on a consultant because she never, ever asked me. And yes, granted, you get some of those people that come to you and they just want to join under you. And yeah, that's wonderful and amazing. But I got a good amount of consultants because guess what? Even, for example, with you, Angela, I sort of, helped you on because I sent you a Facebook message about the starter kit. And you ended up responding back to me and we had a conversation about recruiting, about you joining. So again, if you're not out there asking, if you're not promoting the fact that, okay, join Scentsy, that it's a $99 kit, no, you're not going to get really anybody to join on to you unless you get, that 1% of people that end up finding you, and they may end up liking your picture on your Facebook, on your Scentsy website or something, and end up joining. But for the most part, if you're not really marketing yourself that you want to be a sponsor, then nobody's going to sponsor under you. Like when I first started 2016, I had a mindset that I had a director mindset. Even though I'm not a director yet, I have a director mindset. Like in my mind, I'm a director. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I envision things of who I am and I become that. You get what I'm saying? So I had in my mind, Letitia is a director in my mind. So everything I do when it comes to my business is a director mindset. So I opened my group team page. Okay? I did that and I didn't even have a team yet. Or I had people who signed up under me but ended up venturing out. But in my mind, I'm a director, so you know what? What do directors do, Letitia? They open up team page, a place where they can go to where they can train, mentor, and motivate their team. So that's what I did. Okay? Then, going into thinking as a director, I started recruiting. I started asking people if they would like to join. Okay? And that's where it led me up to now having 14 members. Okay? So, if I didn't have first change my mindset, because I listened to T.D. Jakes, many of you know who that is, and he was like, the power of your mind is important. You have to change your mindset. So I stopped thinking of myself as a regular certified consultant and really thought of myself as a director. Really thought of myself, say, I'm a director and I'm a sponsor. As of today, even though I have nobody signed up under me, I'm a director and I'm a sponsor. So I envision that and I'm becoming that. Okay? And that's how I always built my life up. Because if you have a vision in your mind and you make it visual, you're going to execute it. You're going to, even if you're not that right now, even if you're nowhere near that right now, the minute you have it set in your mind, it's going to become that. If you have it set in your mind that I'm going to leave my job and this business is going to be my 100% income, it's going to happen. But you have to first start setting your mind and make it visual. Do vision boards, things like that. But it comes first with the mindset. Okay? So, exercising recruiting is important. Exercise marketing your business through branding yourself. You should have something on you that says Scentsy, whether it be a Scentsy bag, whether it be a Scentsy pin, whatever. Something on you should say, people should know that you're a Scentsy consultant. If you go into your workstation, Scentsy has a lot of stuff. They have water bottles. Sometimes coming. I think the water bottle is like $8. Okay. You should definitely, get that. You'd be surprised how many people will approach you just from like, oh my God, you're a Scentsy consultant. Brand yourself. People need to know every time you step out that door that you're a Scentsy consultant. They need to know that. They need to know that. I don't wear no name brand stuff. And I do that on purpose. Because why am I advertising someone and I'm just giving free advertisement? Like, you'll never see me walk around. I don't care how much money I make. You would never catch me wearing a Louis Vuitton purse, red bottoms, whatever. I don't care how much money I have. I'm not branding. What am I getting out of branding them? Really, I'm not getting anything. They're getting free promotion, but I'm not getting anything in return. I get more of a comeback, more of a return when I walk out with my Scentsy bag or when I have my Scentsy pin on my jacket. Or when I have my Scentsy water bottle, I get more of a comeback versus me buying a Michael Kors purse and walking around with it on my shoulder like, hey, I got money. Like, no. That is just, and if that's your thing, then go for it. I'm always worried about marketing and promoting my own business and promoting my own future, that I'm not going to make nobody rich. I already do that every day working at my full-time job. So why am I going to continuously do that? Like, no. So something on you should be Scentsy related. Scentsy related. I see some consultants even put Scentsy on their nails. I mean, it's so cute and creative what consultants come up with. So samples. Samples are important, guys. I know we like, oh my God, we feel uncomfortable approaching people or things like that. But you know what I do, what I say in my mind, or what I record in my head to get me through that. And I know this is extreme for some people, but I think like, okay, God forbid, what if I lost my job today and the rent is due next week, what am I going to do? That's what I think of in my head. So that's what really gets me through the fears, because that's all it is really, guys, because people want Scentsy, people want what the samples you're giving them, they want it, but we already have in our head like, oh my God, they don't want it, I'm annoying them and things like that. You have to get through that. So what I always say, like, if the rent was due next week, like, you'll be out there busting your butt and making sure that everybody gets Scentsy in their hand. If they don't want it, that's fine, because you're just sharing. You're not selling anything to them. You're giving them information about your business. That's all you're doing. Okay? And again, that goes into the lesson I'm going to explain later on called Duck Duck Goose. You guys got to come back for that. That's going to be fun. But yeah, so definitely get out of that fear, get out of that procrastination. Like, every morning before I go out the door and I have my samples on me, I automatically talk myself out of passing them out. And this happens every single day. I always find excuses in my head that, okay, I shouldn't pass it out for this reason, or I'm running late to work, so let me just focus on getting from the train to the bus, and that's it, But I get out of that. Hold on one second. I absolutely get out of that fear and that procrastination and that barrier, and just still stay steadfast on making sure that my samples get in someone's hand. So don't worry about the fear. Okay? And also exercise positive attitude, and let me explain. If you're having a bad day, nobody needs to see it. You're now a business owner. Okay? So you have an investment you're a partner in $1 million business right now. Okay, so your attitude should always be positive. Your attitude should always be uplifting. You should always exude Scentsy spirit at all times, because people see that, So when I'm going out, let's say I'm running late to work that day, I'm not sad. I'm not grumpy. I'm not like pushing people to the side. No, if I'm late, I'm late. You know what I'm saying? But that's not going to stop me from passing out my samples, and people are not going to know that I'm stressed out because I'm late. Okay? So, guys, just I hope this helped you. Please thumbs up or comment below and let me know if this helped you. Definitely, to go into the Power Up Your Business Challenge, you guys should definitely be looking at that. That's a very, very achievable incentive that Scentsy is offering to us. And those of you who are not active or who have the opportunity to become active next month, you guys should be booking right now. You guys should be setting aside some time this week on doing a booking blitz. So book some, parties for next month. So that way, when you're ready to relaunch, you have already bookings on your calendar, so definitely reach out to me right away. So you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you later on today at 12. Bye.